Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are. Welcome to the next episode of the OL Assembly. I have Kavita with me. Hi, Kavita.
Hi, Mahesh. How are you? I heard you're going to be traveling everywhere soon.
Yes, a lot of travel, and I heard you just finished yours.
I did. Very happy to be back in Bharat Mata.
Okay.
Now comes the summer.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm excited because it was Women's Day. Every day is our day, but we had a special day for us this month. And so we have a special guest who we've interviewed this month for OL Assembly. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, lovely. But before that, what we should do is invite somebody from the OL committee to give us an update on what's happening on, the larger picture. Um, uh, those are the big guys with big plans. So let's hear what they have to say to us. So I'd like to invite Mr. John K. Paul, the president of the OL committee. So not to mix up with the Paul John, he's John Paul.
Dear Laurentians, a hearty welcome to the next edition of the OL Assembly. Trust all of you are keeping well. If coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success, this holds the essence of what the OLA is all about. The OLs proved it in our latest endeavor in aid of our dear Laurentian, Dr. Sangeeta Medaya, batch of 1995, who's battling cancer. It was the fastest and the largest fundraiser ever, resounding our motto, never give in. Hope all of you remember the concept of 0-degree separation, shared in our last address. It may be reiterated once again that together we form the ocean, each drop in it being inseparable from the other. On this occasion, we also exhort all Laurentians to come forward and partake in our activities with fervor and enthusiasm. Let us now offer mournful remembrance to our dear Laurentians who departed from us recently. Shankar Kumar Nilgiri, batch of 76, passed away on the 13th February 2022 at Virudhunagar after ailing for a while. PM Arif Sumero, batch of 82, also passed away on the same day due to COVID and after fighting cancer for nearly 4 years. Ramesh Nair Aravalli, batch of 66, passed away on the 26th February 2022, one of the youngest students to pass out of Lawrence School at the age of 14. His son, Ajay Kumar, too is a Laurentian, who predeceased him while at the school. In fact, the Best Drummer Award and the Computer Science Lab at the school are his contributions in memory of Ajay. Our heartfelt tribute to these gentlemen, and we stand by their families in their profound loss. We are into a new year, and our activities are gaining momentum by the day. We have started a new WhatsApp group for entrepreneurs to bring together the whole entrepreneur ecosystem. More information on this will be rolled out soon in all our groups. Increased opportunities for the OLs to showcase their talents, skills, and resources are on the anvil too. The strategic transformation of our governance, facilitating nourishment and enrichment of our community members, is underway. The OIL Foundation too is gearing up to give back to the community. Let me conclude with an entreaty to all of you to reach out to us, pledge your support, volunteer yourself, enjoy the fellowship, and see yourself thrive in the process. Let us together make the big difference. Thank you and enjoy the remaining events of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. John. That was lovely. Thanks for the update. And yes, you are right. We should all try and contribute as much as we can, come together and keep the camaraderie. And each one of us should try and do whatever we can, if not anything, at least come for encouragement and participation. And next up, we have
the headmaster next up. And this is quite exciting because Lovedale has been open and we've had offline school, which is in school for over a month now. So we're looking forward to what the headmaster has to say. On to the headmaster. Sir, could you please tell us what's happening in school right now?
Good evening. First of all, we are meeting after a brief period of time. There are some good news that school is completely reopened and we have about 800 plus students. By following COVID protocol, we have started the classes, except a few junior classes where the few children having a little bit of health issues, they are going online. Otherwise, the classes is back. But the issue is few students are still undergoing some sort of vaccination. We have done first round of vaccination. Staff has completed first round, second round, and booster dose also. The children below below that 15-year-old is still pending for vaccination. 15 plus is done. CBSE has announced examination for the board students that is starting from 26th of April and it will carry on May, maybe first week of June. So we'll be closing as usual for monsoon vacation in June. When I say we are closing, June, July will be monsoon vacation. And I know a lot of OILs have requested me they were to come and visit because of this protocol and because of this bio bubble system. We have restricted the entry, and maybe another 1 or 2 months down the line from June onwards, I hope things will be improved and most of you will be able to visit. That is something. And since the board examinations are going to be there in April to May, towards end of May only it will come, maybe even overlap into first week of June. So this year completely is out of question, this particular period. Any founders or any gathering or any specific activities, there's not much of a chance out there. However, we are happy that children are back. They are out of, senior classes are totally out of online classes, all are offline class, practicals and preparation going on. By following strict COVID protocol, we are also giving them sports, activities and various other things. And life is going on, limping back to normal. And these are some important points which from the school, which I would like to communicate from the school. Rest admission for this academic year is almost done. The COVID has not affected us in terms of admissions and academic work. Classes are going on, early, fast, till lunch, academic work. After that we have games, sports and activities. All these are going. However, it will take some more time to come back to a complete system. And it's a good number, 800 plus. A few are staying back. And again, we have to learn to live with the COVID situation, and we are taking enough precaution, and the state education department as well as the health department has been a great help to us, giving us enough support in vaccination and various other facilities by them. So that is something good which I must say. Let's see, once this exam is over, the next cycle of Laurentian, I hope, will be completely normal. I'm glad at least the present class 12 students are back and they are doing their work, and we also completed their that investiture ceremony with a low profile without inviting anybody. And I'm in touch with quite a few office bearers of OIL community, and I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to entire OIL community for their support and their guidance, and wish you all the best for the next program coming in, and we'll be in touch with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, so much for letting us know what's happening in school. It's really exciting that the children are back and they're happy. And I hope school does not have to close again for whatever reason, from strength to strength. And I hope everything continues well in school. Now on to another hymn, onto a hymn actually for the first one, which is Morning is Broken. And all of us sang it so well in school. And it got famous back in the days because of Cat Stevens, but it was written in 1931 and put to music to a Scottish Isles song called Bannisin. And Cat Stevens later took it on and made his own version of it, and it was on the Billboard's Top 50. And now it's being sung to you by a whole bunch of old Laurentians who were really happy to sing it for us. Let's listen to how they sang it.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for her singing, praise for her morning, praise for him springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the wet garden, strong in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, he is all plain. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of a new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for the springing fresh from the world.
Wasn't that an amazing hymn? And I'm sure all of you remember singing it in the large hall. And next up is a video put together by the batch of 91 on their 30th reunion. And let's see what they have to tell us.
This is how we lived. Untainted skies, cloudless days.
The smell of eucalyptus and cypress, heady in our veins.
An almost blighted world made it easy to think that come hell or high water,
we will never give in.
This is how we lived.
Numbered and pigeonholed, in well-worn and hand-me-down clothes.
Atlas cardigans, tees and ties, even Sunday bests, berets and whites.
We prayed the out at 6 a.m. through monsoon and springtime.
Brassoed, blancoed, cherry blossomed through rain and sunshine.
Our textbooks were dog-eared too. Hockey sticks, rackets, and what have you.
We invented the recycle reuse tag long before it turned a modern brag.
This is how we lived.
A world where pizzas send shivers down the spine, verties and the unimaginable kind.
And yet, somehow,
despite it all, we survived.
We survived.
The unforgettable 67 was both refuge and haven.
The hymn book opened many a made-up verse, and new emotions we learned behind the walls of church.
Tea buns served as conversation starters. How much were we willing to trade for a puff and tonic water?
Under that jacaranda tree, we loved for the first time.
And on those walls and desks left our names etched in pine.
This is how we lived.
Played middle, top in many a sport. Woke up with chilblains and terrible colds.
We were sent to bed with carbonated mixture, Vicks up the nose.
Saltwater gargles and swabs down our throats.
Hospi was heaven when algebra got too much. And chickenpox made counting scabs fun to touch.
To think that we had the same syringes for typhoid, enough to scare the millennials for life. Ain't it, my boy?
This is how we lived. By sneaking trips to beaches, following the rail tracks in search of home and siblings.
Visited every tea factory within the Nilgiris vicinity. Drummed up old songs with teachers' names thrown in.
And laughed our heads off when they knew and chimed in.
This is how we lived.
Plotted and planned. Dinner and dance. Bribed the dude to turn off the lights at waltz.
Memorized lines, mastered histrionics for school plays, and fainted regularly while practicing parade.
How we laughed at the suicide squad and gasped at how old the oil's got.
Little did we imagine that we would look 110.
Beer-bellied, grey-eyed, but still 17 in our heads.
This is how we lived in a world called Lovedale.
750 acres sprawled over hills and dale.
And that's why we come back.
And that's why we come back.
Time and again.
Falling in love.
Falling in love.
Falling in love with her again.
Wow. Wasn't that really amazing? Imagine in one batch, you have a poet, you have a composer, and a whole lot of other talent that we saw. And that enthusiasm and spirit and encouragement, what do you expect? It has to be magic. It was so lovely, the whole poetry.
So magic, so magic.
Really. And what? Love for Lovedale.
More love for Lovedale, Mahesh. We're all madly in love with it. So
true that. I totally agree. And super talented batch for sure.
Amazing batch.
Yeah. So Kavita, what do we have next?
Now we have another hymn, which is Antara Tamame. And Mahesh and I, we looked everywhere to get more information about this hymn to let you guys know, and we could find nothing. So if you know anything about this hymn, who wrote it, who composed it, when, do let us know, because we really would love to know more about this. And I'm sure every person from school would love to know a little bit more history about this. So do write into us or comment below during the show or after, and we look forward to hearing from you. Now on to the hymn, again sung by a lot of fantastic souls from Lovedale who took the time to get on the mic and record this video so all of you could enjoy it. Take it away.
अंतरतम में ज्योति भरो है, अंतरतम में ज्योति भरो है, जहाँ जहाँ नतमस्तक पाओ, वहाँ वहाँ युग चरण बढ़ाओ, मेरे मंगलमय दुर्बल पर निज कर पल्लव अमर धरो है, अंतरतम में ज्योति भरो है। अंतरतम में ज्योति भरो है, जहाँ जहाँ पर देखो कारा, वहीं बहाओ करुणा धारा। बंधन मुक्त करो युग युग के, पाप ताप अभिशाप हरो है, अंतरतम में ज्योति भरो है।
Wasn't that amazing? It was sung so beautifully. And once again, if you guys know anything more, do let us know. Now, on to our woman in the interview this month, who is Kanika Tekriwal. She is the batch of 2005, and she's Aravali House, so like me, Champak House, and she's an inspiration to all women. And I hope a lot of juniors get inspired by her story. So she had a dream and an idea 7 years ago, and she had 5,400 rupees to her name. And she decided to start her company, which is called Jet Set Go. And today her company is worth more than $300 million. Yeah, that's crazy. That's her. And I don't even know Mahesh. I have no idea. But what an amazing girl! What an amazing girl! And now let's see what she had to say. We have the three questions, which was how did Lovedale affect her, or did it affect her in any way in her life? And the other questions were, could you sing us a hymn, which was the last question, and the second question was, is there something funny that happened to her in school, or was there a memorable story that she'd like to share with us? Let's see what she had to say.
So, when people ask me, did school have an impact on who you are, or did college have an impact on who you are, I always look back and I say, I think Lawrence played the most important role in making me who I am. I have no qualms of hiding that I was not the most popular kid in school, and I was not the one everyone loved so much. And that actually taught me how to stand up for myself. It taught me how to be independent. It gave me a lot of courage to believe in who I am as a person. And it taught me how to fight. It taught me how to be a survivor. I remember coming out of school and looking at the kids around me and wondering, why are they so different? And now when I look back at it, it was simply because, the school made you thrive in an environment which was where you had no support. You were your biggest superhero. You were your biggest motivator. You were your biggest encourager. You had to teach yourself how to study, how to excel in sport, how to do everything. It had to all come within you. And I think that's the most important thing that the school taught me, that you have to be there for yourself. You have to take care of yourself. And that really doesn't happen elsewhere. If I look at my cousins in day schools or whatever, you always have that safe ecosystem around you where there are people who are driving you to do things, driving you to achieve. Whereas, Lawrence gave you that very strong sense of independence where you had to be your biggest motivator, where you had to go out and achieve. Yeah, I think, when you talk about anecdotes, a lot of things come back to mind. Obviously, I think some of my best and worst years were spent at school. But what really strikes is, I remember, being in the 4th grade when our parents had gone to drop us to school. And I remember there's a tea that the headmaster holds, to welcome kids and parents, etc. And I remember Mr. Lahiri, who was the headmaster then, telling the parents that, if you want your kids to be all-rounders, if you want your kids to be academic experts and you want them to get 100 out of 100 or 99 out of 100, this is the wrong place you've put your kids. Please take them back. But if you want a kid to excel at horse riding, at piano, at squash, at cricket, if you want him to be an all-rounder, if you want him to become a real human being, this is the right place to be. And I think that's what really, stuck out to me the most. And at that time, it didn't really make sense, to be honest, because I always thought that, why would someone put their kid into school? I was young, I was 6.5, 7. Why would someone put their kid into school to not do well at studies and do well at other things? But now when I look back as a grown up, and this thing keeps coming back into my mind again and again, like especially when I'm doing an interview and, for a fresher or for management trainee, and HR comes and tells me this person didn't do so well in college or didn't do so well in school. And I'm like, is that even important? You know, I mean, today when I'm standing in a group of people, I'm the only one who knows how to swim. I'm the only one who knows how to play squash, cricket, hockey, basketball, horse riding, piano, sculpture. And that's what gives us things to talk about. That's what gives us things to, you know, express ourselves freely about. So I think that's something that keeps on coming back to mind again and again. Him, I remember so many. But, you know, I think something that I keep humming to myself and that keeps coming back to my mind in my horrible voices, Laurentians, Laurentians, keep the dear old school in mind, strengthen your heart as you play your part.
Wasn't that amazing? And we were just really glad we got that time with her. And there's better news, by the way. She's gotten married, and she's gotten married to Sharad Chandra Reddy. And congratulations, both of you. And I hope both of you have a fabulous future together. And Kanika, I hope you go from success to more success and happiness to more happiness. Just, we're all rooting for you, and we're all proud of you, girl. And now that brings us to the end of our show. Mahesh?
Yes, so thanks, Kavita. And thanks everyone for watching. And we urge each one of you who've been watching this, see if you have any kind of contribution to make. If you've written some poetry, if you can sing a song or some form of art, painting, whatever you have to show us, we'd be happy to display it, show it to the others, and or memories of school, right?
Absolutely. And if there's anything your batchmate has done, or any batch near you has done, and you feel you're super proud of it and want everybody to know about it, they may be too shy to come forward. Please go ahead and let us know. We will contact them. We will get in touch with them and ask them how it's going and if we can feature them on the OL Assembly. So we're waiting for your contributions. And in the meantime, take a look at the over-enthusiastic lot that create this for you every month, the people who put in a lot of effort, because we all love Lovedale. And do watch the reel right at the end. And bye. See you next time, next month. Until
Bye.
then,
Bye. Bye. Thanks, Kavita.
Thank you, Mahesh.